field of wildflowers, somewhere in the mountains, a young woman just running through those wildflowers. And maybe I have been lucky enough to see that. Probably only through a photograph, which is what the reference was, of course. I didn't go to the mountains, although I will be going to the mountains. But I went to a magazine. In the doctor's office, there were some magazines. I opened up and looked at some of the articles, and there was an advertisement. And the advertisement had a picture similar to that. I don't know what it was an advertisement for. I'm trying to think if I even paid attention to it. But I took a photo of the magazine article, or not. It wasn't an article, it was an ad. I kind of liked the way that felt. Plus, I thought that would be a challenge to try to paint. I don't know how well I did on that one. I think I kind of like it. I kind of like the way her dress is lit. I think that's my favorite part. How her dress is lit by the sun. And some of those flowers in the foreground are just happy to be alive. What was the thing Jesus said? I'm not trying to get religious on you here, but didn't he say something about the flowers are dressed even more colorfully than one of the kings? You guys always quote the Bible better than me. Robin and her mom, they can quote the Bible really well. But there was a lesson that Jesus taught, and he was talking about how we, as humans, worry about things, worry about clothing, I guess in this case. And he said, well, why are you worried about it? God will dress the flowers. Why wouldn't he? Look at that. I kind of like the way that looks when it's up close like that. I think I like that. It's funny how a composition changes when you remove part of it. I keep holding it to the camera so I can see it again. Kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? You know what this part reminds me of? Do you remember the cereal Fruity Pebbles? It sort of reminds me of Fruity Pebbles. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. I think I like it like that, just like that. That's the way I like it. That's the composition I should have done. But anyway, it's a card. I'm going to give it to somebody. No, I'm not. I'm giving it, the last few weeks, I guess, I've been only painting cards for the November art auction at the church that Robin and I go to, which is St. John Lutheran Church. They're having an auction at the end of the month of November. And I am donating all of the cards that I have painted that I have not given away. Obviously, you can't donate them if I gave them away. And they will raise money for the people in our community who they help through their programs, their different outreach programs. And I chose to do it that way because I trust them. I have a hard time trusting charity sometimes. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't talk much in this video, so I spoke a bit as I started, and then I just stopped talking. So I'll put some music on it, but I will keep it real time so you can see what I did. I don't think there's anything special that I did. I just kept working it and putting colors on. And I did use the Kuretake paints, and I did use this. I think I'm using this every day now, it seems like. The Dr. P.H. Martin, what's it called? Bleed Proof White. And I am really enjoying it. it helps. Well, let me give you an example. See her dress? It's backlit a little bit, and it's got side lighting on it. And I could have left some of that open with the paper, and I've done that before too. And I intended to do it with this one, but I forgot. I messed up. I painted where I shouldn't have painted. So then that P.H. Morton white came to the rescue. It really did. All right, I've had a long enough intro. Let me get to the painting. There, I think that's the composition right there. All right, here we go. Okay, let's go someplace. Take ourselves away to another place. I was in the doctor's office yesterday, and they always have magazines sitting on the table, and the magazines are very picturesque, lots of pictures. So I thought, well, this looks like an opportunity for a reference photo. So I took a photograph with my phone of the reference photo I'm using today. And I just liked it, but I also wondered about why I liked it. I don't know, but I think we like to get away. I do. It doesn't matter where you live. I think we like to get away. Do you ever think that? You just want to get away. I live in Florida, and there's so many times I hear somebody say, "Oh, I wish I was in Florida." And guess what I want to do? I want to go somewhere else. So why? Why is it that I can be in a place that so many people want to be? Is it the grass is always greener? Is that the answer? The grass is always greener on the other side? I don't know. But anyway, so I thought I would give a shot at this picture here and just have some fun with it. It's a pretty simple idea, really. A young lady in a field of orange flowers. So, orange and yellow. We'll see how it comes out. Put a little bit of shadow there. A little bit of purple. And keep that the way it is. And some very light here. Okay, just keep that there. So how are you guys doing? What am I doing lately? I'm kind of living day to day, I guess. Well, I've been working on illustrations for a book. I still haven't made my mind up if it's a children's book or not. It's just one of those assignments that it could be a children's book. I don't know for sure, but anyway, the assignment yesterday was a young boy, a 6-year-old boy, who was lost, and then he finds somebody who can speak his language, which is Russian in this case, which really has nothing to do with the illustration other than that's what I was given from the publisher. That was what I received. And so the person, the adult he finds who is Russian is wanting to find out why the boy is sad. Okay? And So he takes them to a place where they can be comfortable and safe while he tries to call for help. And that place is a cafe, a coffee house of some sort. That's all I know. So I took that information and I did an illustration, and I cannot show it to you. I don't have the authorization yet from the publisher to share the illustration work. Sometimes they give it to me, sometimes they don't. But anyway, it's the job, and I'll be honest with you, it took me so far with this book, it's taken me a very long time. I'm going to say 180 hours. Does that sound too hard to believe? I think it is. I think it is now. The iPad keeps track of how much time I spend on it, so I think it's 180. But yesterday's picture was maybe, because it wasn't just yesterday, I did it 2 days in a row, same picture. So yesterday's might have been 18 by the time I was done yesterday. So that would have been maybe 9 yesterday and 9 2 days ago. Here we go. There's our distant hills. Our distant hills. Somebody was asking me about the ugly stage of paintings. And we all have to deal with that. You do it, I do it. I don't think the person who asked me was an artist, because or maybe a beginning artist, because it was an online question, so I didn't really have a real long discussion. But they were asking about the ugly stage. The ugly stage. This is right now, I'm in the ugly stage of this painting. That's kind of why that comes to mind. So I guess you just deal with it. I was trying to explain, like what do you do? Like, how do you not become discouraged with the ugly stage? That is a good question. How do you not become discouraged with the ugly stage of a painting? How do you do it? How do you not become discouraged? Do you have a technique? I would say you just keep working through it, You just keep working through it, and eventually it'll start looking the way you want it to look. Like right now, this one doesn't look like anything that I would want to show anybody. But hopefully it will. Hopefully by the time I get done with it. And I like this idea of the watercolor, because it becomes almost like a blur, some of these close-up flowers. By the way, I was reading about autumn flowers, and Florida has a lot of flowers that blossom in the autumn. Don't ask me to tell you which ones, because I'm not an expert on that stuff, but I just see them all the time. I see flowers, and so I know there's a lot, but I was surprised to see that there's a lot of them elsewhere, like in Colorado and in Kansas, and I looked up autumn flowers, and there's a lot of them. So, especially wildflowers, apparently. A lot of wild autumn flowers, autumn wildflowers. All right, there's our little field of wildflowers right there. Let's go ahead and put some green right behind the young lady. Get this light green. Get that light green in there. I'm gonna put some pink over here. Just let that dry. Alright, now let's work on the lady. See? All right, I think it's done. It's definitely different for me, but you know what? That's a good thing. Why should they all be the same, right? So hopefully that looks like a picture somebody would like to have. There it is. All right, well, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.